Good morning or afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Nature News Live. I am really happy to be back here. Happy Sunday. I made it back home just in time to chat with you guys all today about plastic. So I actually was out on a hike today. So if you follow me over on YouTube, you will get to see my first hike in Alabama out on YouTube next weekend. But today, we're going to talk about plastic and some tips that you can practice at home if you are trying to reduce the amount of plastic that you use. If you want to try and learn a little bit more about plastics also, we're going to go over that. So yesterday in my nature news, which you can see on YouTube or on Instagram, and right now we're live on both, so say hi in the chat if you are joining us on either of these platforms. And yesterday I talked about, Fat Bear Week, but one of the things I mentioned was just about plastics. And in the world right now, we are inundated with so much plastic. So if this is something that worries you, please raise a hand, give me a wave in the chat, or just leave a comment. If plastic is something that worries you, right now microplastics actually, they've been found in pretty much everywhere on Earth. Plastics have been found in the deepest oceans. Scientists actually, a couple of months ago, actually tested a bunch of fish. They tested a bunch of fish from oceans all over the world and basically found that every fish that they tested had plastic in it, which is pretty horrible. And guys, I'm just gonna fix one thing, so bear with me 1 second, because I'm actually not seeing my chat today on the screen, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm just gonna fix that really quickly here. And let me mute this. Sorry guys, a couple technical difficulties. Making sure we're live here on YouTube because I'm not seeing that we are. So if you're joining from YouTube, please let me know. I'm waiting. Hi everybody, thanks so much for joining. So I see that I'm live on maybe Facebook or Twitch, and I actually am not live on YouTube. So let me fix this really quick, guys. And thank you if you're joining from Instagram or Facebook or Twitch. I can't actually read the chat right now, so that is an issue. So a couple technical difficulties. Oh, thanks for joining from Twitch. Awesome. So I'm going to try and get us live on YouTube as well right now. Not sure what's happening there. I'm good. Thank you for joining in the chat. Hi to you on Instagram. And I think what I'm going to have to do, guys, unfortunately, is just fix this really quick. 1 second. Gotta love live editing on the fly here. If you are joining from Twitch, thank you for watching. Thank you. You know, technology has really not been my friend lately. I am live on YouTube. Okay. All right, well, that is good to know. Thank you so much for letting me know that. All right, guys, so it looks like everything has been worked out. We are live on all channels now. I am just gonna go to my Twitch here so that I can see the chat. Thank you, Mountain Cathedral. Okay, yeah, so it was working from the get-go on YouTube. Okay, great. Well, it was not working to the stream that I had scheduled. So, all right, let's get back into the video then. So today we're talking about plastic. Thank you for joining me wherever you're joining me from. I'm gonna try and get my chat window up a little bit bigger here so I can actually see what you guys are chatting about and asking me. So if you're in YouTube or Twitch or Facebook or Instagram, then thank you for joining me. And I wanna know what concerns you guys have about plastic. So if there's anything that concerns me, let me know in the chat. But I kind of wanted to do like a little bit of an overview of walking you through my house and just like talking about what I do to reduce plastic in my life. So I'm gonna start with my kitchen because obviously our kitchens are one of the most the biggest places that we can actually reduce plastic from, with all the food wrappers and containers that we use. So some of the things that I do in my kitchen, first of all, is I've switched over to reusable like sandwich bags. I no longer use any of the Ziploc products. And hi in the chat on Twitch. Hold on one second while I try to see what you guys are saying. Oh, show some muscles. You guys are funny. So that's not what this video is about, you guys. Gosh. All right, so now I have all my chat windows open. I'm not really sure why I can't see anything today. I'm having a bit of technical difficulties. It seems like for everything. So now I'm seeing all the chats. So thank you guys for joining on YouTube and Twitch. I can now actually see what you guys have said here. And I see that you did say that YouTube was fine. So thanks so much for being here. Now let's get into the video and just kind of have a conversation here about everything that we want to talk about. So let me close some windows also, guys. Lots going on here today. Okay, all of my chat windows are open. So let's talk plastic. So one of the things I do in my kitchen is I actually have gotten rid of pretty much as much plastic as I possibly can. I have switched over to a lot of glass containers. If you guys have done this also in your kitchens, let me know in the chat. And that's just like a super simple thing that you can do. Hi in the chat to Arjun. Thank you guys for joining on YouTube. I see a lot of you in the chat, so it's really nice of you all to be here. I really appreciate it. If you guys have made the switch over to going plastic free or reducing your plastic, also let me know in the chat what you're doing at home. So here's a couple things that I've done in my kitchen. Gotten rid of Ziploc bags. I've gone over to like a silicone sandwich bag. They actually are dishwasher safe. You can microwave them. You can even, like, if you put frozen food in them, you can dunk them directly into hot water to thaw them or put them in the microwave. They're not going to degrade over time, so they're a much better way to store food than a Ziploc bag that you would throw away at the end of the day or the end of your hike or the end of your lunch. Dave Reed just said in the chat on YouTube that he plans to do that in the future, get different storage containers. Yeah, and I will say that one of the other really great things about switching over to glass storage containers is that it actually makes your pantry and your refrigerator look really nice and organized too. I also take like old salsa jars and just repurpose them as storage containers, which they work really well. Old jam jars are great for that too. Just throw them in the dishwasher when you're done. African Wolf in the Instagram chat just said, if they cost more. The glass ones, I think you can get a pack of about 4 or 5 containers on Amazon, anywhere between like 15 and $50. Whereas I think a Ziploc pack at the grocery store would probably cost you about 6. But the thing is with the Ziploc ones is that, they're gonna have to be thrown away at some point. And especially with the bags, the Ziploc bags, the silicone bags, they're not that expensive. I think you can get like a 5-pack for about $15. And guess what? They're gonna last you for a long time. Whereas Ziploc bags, you're constantly having to rebuy. So in the long run, you're going to save a lot of money by switching over to those kinds of bags. And there's a bunch of different companies. There's a company called ET that makes great ones. There's another company called Stasher Bags. So there's a lot of different options if you are looking to switch over to those, which I highly recommend. I used one today on my hike for my sandwich, and I'm just going to rinse it out at the end of the day. I don't have to worry about throwing it out, so it does reduce plastic. And silicone is obviously all natural product, comes from the earth. So really great, substance as well, not something that is chemically made. And Krieger versus Big Brother in the YouTube chat just said, he uses the small mason jars as cups. I do that too. I think that's a great swap that you can do. And thank you guys so much for joining the Twitch chat too. I am having an amazing day. Thank you. And in the Instagram chat, that is really awesome. It's a great switch to make. I actually have a video on this too that is not super long that you guys can check out. There's one on Instagram. There's also one on YouTube on just zero waste kitchen stuff and swaps that you can make around the house. So what else are you guys doing in the kitchen and to reduce? There's also, one of the other things we use a lot is saran wrap, right? To cover dishes, cover up that, those leftovers. The thing that we use in our house is we use the Beeswax Wraps. These are actually really awesome. It's basically a piece of paper that has been coated in wax, and it's malleable. It's actually washable. So, and they actually, you just warm up the edges with your hands, and then you can actually coat it with a bowl, coat a bowl or cover up food. It's a game changer if you love avocados, because when you cut an avocado and then you put it in saran wrap, it always gets brown, and then you end up having to chop some more of it off, and then it's kind of a waste. But with the food wraps, it's so amazing because it almost acts as like a second skin to the vegetable or the fruit, and it really keeps it fresh much longer, which is really awesome. One of the other things that I do also is anytime I get food from the grocery store or the farmer's market, I do throw it into mason jars or other canning jars and put it in my refrigerator. Not only does it look nice, but it also makes the food last a lot longer. So a lot of the containers that we get at the grocery store that are usually single-use plastic actually don't make great storage for our food either. So it will actually lead to more food waste if you keep it in those containers, whereas if you switch it into something that is a little bit more food saving, you're gonna have longevity in your food too and be throwing away less stuff at the end of the week. So it's another great tip kind of on, not only saving plastic, but cutting down on food waste, which is a really big issue also. And actually this past week was World Food Waste Day, which I missed on Instagram, but this is a good time to kind of talk about that also, because we have billions of people on the planet, and a lot of people go hungry. I think it's 1 in 9 people that go hungry every day, and that doesn't need to happen. If we wasted less food, we would have more people fed in the world. So those are some of the big swaps that I've made in my kitchen to reduce some of the plastic. Some of the other things that I've done, let's talk about, I guess, our to-go food, right? Because coffee cups are a big waste of trash, form of trash. So I always have a reusable coffee mug. I have a reusable water bottle that I bring as well. And if you guys want to get an Alice's Adventures on Earth sticker, you can actually get one of those on my website. I'll have a link in the description of this video at the end. If you want to get one, you can support the channel that way. But let's move from the kitchen into the laundry room, because that's another place where we often find a lot of plastic waste from all the laundry detergent containers and things like that. So one of the companies I've really been liking lately is called True Earth. They actually make laundry detergent that is in a sheet. So it actually dissolves just like a dryer sheet. I guess a dryer sheet doesn't dissolve. But it dissolves in your washing machine and then it disappears. And it comes in like a cardboard, like paper container, which is either compostable or recyclable, which is great. So I really like that company if you are looking for a more eco-friendly laundry detergent. And as far as dryer sheets go, and thank you guys for joining on Instagram, we're just talking about reducing plastic around the house. So if you are just joining in on any of the platforms here today, that's what we're chatting about. So if you have any tips that you want to share, or any areas where you'd like to reduce plastic, drop a comment in the chat and we'll chat about it. Yeah, and Krieger versus Big Brother just said he has one of those stickers and he loves it. So if you guys want to support the channel, definitely you can go to my website. You can, Alice's Adventures on Earth, there is a store there where you can get yourself a sticker, support the channel, make a donation of any amount that you want. And I know we do have someone in the Instagram chat joining who does not speak English, so I will have some captions up on the YouTube channel at the end of the day as well, if you want to rewatch this video later. But yeah, one of the other things in the laundry room is dryer balls. And I really wish I could take this camera with me right now to show you guys them, but mine actually have little panda faces on them. They're made out of wool and they eliminate the need for dryer sheets. So it's a game changer because I think you can get basically a bag of these for about 15 bucks and you'll never need to buy dryer sheets ever again. Sorry, Bounty. But they're amazing. They collect all the static. They toss your clothes a little bit better. And they're really great. So I highly recommend dryer balls as well. And you can get them in animal shapes or you can get all kinds of different ones. But that's another thing in the laundry room that I highly recommend. And then let's move into the bathroom, because the bathroom, especially for a woman, there's so many different containers and, makeup and lotions and all these things that you end up with, obviously, that are not really easily recyclable. So how can we reduce plastic in the bathroom? One of the things that I've done is I've switched from body wash over to just a bar of soap. And Michael K. Disney in the chat just said, where's your OnlyFans? I don't have an OnlyFans, guys. Sorry. I'm thinking about getting a Patreon at some point. But right now it's just, just here. Or you can connect with me, obviously, on social. If you're following on Twitter or YouTube, you can connect with me on Instagram, Alice's Adventures on Earth. Or on my website, too, where I post all my different adventures and things like that. So no OnlyFans. Sorry. But yeah, let's go back to the bathroom and just talk about, reducing plastic there. So I would switch over to a bar of soap. You'll smell just as good, I promise. And especially for guys, there's soap that you can get that's like shampoo bars. You can get conditioner bars. So just like trying to be more cognizant about what you buy, how much you buy, and try not to overbuy. Also, if there's like a shampoo you always use, buy it in a bigger container. And then if you want it to look prettier in your shower, you can put it down into a smaller container, like a small glass pump jar or something like that. You just shower with water. That's great. If I could swim in the lake every day instead of taking a shower, I would probably do that. But yeah, for women, it's a little bit more challenging. I guess one of my little hacks that I do for traveling is I get little glass containers and I put all of my bigger toiletries and things like that into small little containers that I can take with me so that I don't have to buy those little travel size toiletries. I try not to ever do that unless I'm really in a pinch, but that's one of my other ways of reducing plastic too. So I hope some of these tips that I've shared with you are helpful. And let's just talk about microplastics for a few minutes. If you guys don't know much about microplastics, so microplastics are basically like, as plastics degrade in the environment, they turn into teeny tiny little particles. These little particles have been found on beaches everywhere around the world. They've been found in the oceans. They've been found actually now in the soil. They've found them in agriculture towns where they've been farming and things like that. So it's basically in everything we eat. It's in, everywhere we go. And microplastics are made from petroleum, and they are full of chemicals. They're not good for us. It can give you cancer. There are lots of things that are not good for you in plastic. So it's important to know about microplastics. And a lot of regulations have been made over the last couple of years to reduce microplastics and microbeads. Thank you so much. If I get a Patreon, you'll recycle your money every month with me. Well, thank you so much. And I might think about doing that. Also on YouTube, you guys can give an applause. If you are a YouTube premium member, you can give an applause. I think it's like $3. And when I get 10,000 subscribers, or I think maybe 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, you guys will actually be able to subscribe to my channel. So one of the best things you can do to help me in, just making my voice bigger so that we can all enjoy more nature together is just asking a friend to subscribe to my channel, sharing my channel, coming in and joining in and having conversations with me here. Pyrotexas just asked, what's my next hiking adventure? Well, I actually just got back from a hike today. If you guys didn't know, I am in Atlanta, Georgia right now. I actually headed out to the Talladega National Forest this morning in Alabama. So I just got back from that pretty much like 1 minute before this video started. So don't mind my hiking here. But I think next I'm probably going to end up going back either over to Talladega National Forest. I'd love to do an overnight there, or back up into the Smoky Mountains for a hike up there. I'd love to do more of Cades Cove over there, and then also hike to the tallest point there when the road closes, which is a long hike. So a couple things in the works as well for that kind of stuff. So if you guys know of any places kind of on the eastern seaboard that you'd love to see, definitely let me know too. I'm always looking for more hikes and more adventures. Or if you have other ideas of cool stuff that you'd love to see on this channel, I'd love to hear about them. So no big adventures planned right now, because I am going to be over on this side of the country for the next couple of months working on a project. So yeah, so just over here, going to be exploring this area a bit more, doing a bunch more hikes in this area, and enjoying some of the Appalachian Mountains. And if you guys have other questions about plastic that you want to chat about, let me know. Obviously, nature news is new. We talk about nature stuff, but you guys all know my channel too is adventure, hiking in the outdoors. And there's so many things that we can come and have open discussions about here on this channel. I don't care what your political views are. This is about just protecting the earth, talking about biodiversity, talking about how we can all be better stewards of the land that we love. And I don't think any of us want to not have, the beauty that we enjoy around for the next 100 or 1,000 years. So it doesn't really matter, political affiliations for that kind of stuff. We should all be, joined in hands, I guess, protecting the planet and, enjoying the wonderful nature that we have. So if you're here on any of these platforms today, I think that you feel the same, and I'm really happy for you guys to be here. So thank you for that. And appreciate all of you guys in Twitch right now too that are joining in. And if you guys are new to any of these channels, make sure you follow, subscribe, join the channel. I want to see more of you. I want to talk to more of you. And always, every Sunday, I will be right here at 11 a.m. chatting with you about nature. So next week, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but there was that big environmental law in Ecuador about nature having rights. So we're probably going to chat a bit more about that. And what's my favorite season? Let's talk about that. I don't know what my favorite season is, actually. I really like spring and fall because the leaves change, the trees, the plants, they all start to grow. It's a really beautiful time of year. But that all kind of changes on the destination. I do really love Europe in the fall also. So I guess fall is one of my favorite seasons. And we're in fall, so get out your pumpkin spice lattes in a reusable cup, I will say. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for joining. I am going to hop off in a few minutes. But if you are new, subscribe. Follow along with Nature News. If you missed yesterday's episode, it is on YouTube and Instagram, and you can check that out after you watch this. Go head over to my website when you're done here, Alice's Adventures on Earth. Check out my store, get yourself a sticker, and join the squad. And I will see you guys all next week on Saturday for Nature News and on Sunday for Nature News Live. I'll also have a new video out on the hike I did today, so stay tuned for that. And I hope everyone enjoys a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you guys all for joining in the chat today, and hopefully next week I'll have everything worked out here so we can chat right away from the from all the different platforms. So thanks so much, guys, and I will see you all very, very soon.